And welcome to another edition of the Red Mountain Express. I am Blake Westbrook, and I'm joined, as always, with Matthew Joyner. We normally record... This is the way our show works. If we have a guest, we record on Wednesday. If we don't have a guest, we record everything on Sunday. And tonight, we are recording on Monday night. Matthew, why are we recording on Monday night?
So, it was kind of a long weekend. I was busy. I was out of town. Me and my wife went to Chattanooga, Dalton, and then Chattanooga to see some friends, and she hosted a baby shower. And then we took the opportunity to go back towards her hometown, where she grew up, where her family is, to have a birthday party for her niece, our niece, and so on the way so we went to Chattanooga, then back down to Ardmore, which is just across the Alabama-Tennessee state line.
I've been to Ardmore.
Yeah. Most people, if you're on 65 North, you drive through it, but nobody really ever stops there. So up, down, and then back up to Murfreesboro on Sunday afternoon, and we got a flat tire on the way to Murfreesboro.
And you were on the road, weren't you?
We were on 24, I-24 from 65, like going into Shelbyville, going towards Murfreesboro, if you're familiar with the area. We were like a mile, maybe a half mile from the exit that we were getting off on, and it just went dead flat.
Now, did you make it to the exit and up the ramp, or did you pull over on the side of the road?
I had to pull over. I could see the exit from where we pulled over, got the spare out, got it on there. My father-in-law circled back around behind us, and thankfully he had an impact driver, so it made the job just a little bit quicker. By the time we got the spare on, though, and let the jack down, suddenly we realized that the spare was pretty much flat.
Oh, my.
So, and we limped down to the exit. There's a Kroger about 3 or 4 miles from that exit, and that has a gas station attached to it. So we managed to get some air in the spare. The house we were going to, my brother and sister-in-law's house, was about another, 6-7 miles. Limped down there on the spare. Found a Firestone in Murfreesboro about 10 miles away from there. Went and got that. That took about 5 or 6 hours for them to get everything changed out because it's Sunday afternoon. They were pretty low staffed. All in all, it was an eventful weekend, man, and I'm beat. We were in the car for like 8-9 hours, and plus the flat tire and all the stuff we did this weekend, man, I'm just beat.
But you said Chattanooga was fun, though, right?
Chattanooga
Everything was
cool.
fun until the flat tire.
Everything was fun. We had a great time. We had a great time with friends and family. We enjoyed ourselves.
Now, was it a nail in the tire, or was it just...
No, it was just
the tire needed
to be changed, yeah. So we got 2 new tires put on there.
I bought 3 tires within like an 8-day period
just
a
3?
couple weeks ago. Yeah. Well, on
At
2
that
different
point,
cars.
You should do the 4. Oh, okay,
so
I got you.
I had a tire that needed to be changed on my wife's car.
Mm-hmm.
So while she was gone in Houston, I said, well, I'm just going to go and take and get it changed, and I rotated the tires, and everything was good.
Right.
And when you go to a place like that, they try to tell you that every tire needs to be changed.
Well, that, and then something's wrong with your alternator.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, I got the one tire fixed, and everything was fine. And then on the way back from Houston, my wife noticed that there was a tire on my car that she took was not doing well at all. So I said, look, don't take that trip all the way. And look, actually, to be clearly honest, it was actually her cousin that really pointed it out to her and said, you need to get this changed. So she went to a Firestone and got that fixed. Well, the following weekend, my wife and I, we got in the car. We were going to go and get some breakfast and some coffee, and I noticed the air was down in one of my tires, and we had a screw in it. Ooh. So I had to go to Firestone again and pay for another tire. So I don't know, but don't they have like a buy 3, get 1 free? I should be having an extra tire somewhere.
So maybe they're holding it for you.
Yeah, but that was last weekend. But this weekend was good. I actually got to go to the Greek Food Festival. Have you been to that?
No, I went last year, maybe 2 years ago. I can't remember. I remember it being really good. There were a lot of people there. How was it this year?
It was really good. I go every year. I love it. It's kind of kicks off fall for me.
Yeah.
I got a gyro, I got a Greek salad, and then for dessert, got the loukoumaitis, I think that's how you say it. What it is, it's fried dough, deep fried, covered with honey and cinnamon. And if you follow us on Instagram, you will see the picture. Those are the ones that I bought. They are really good and probably really bad for you.
So they look kind of like donut holes.
Yeah, but it's
More airy, more doughy.
More airy, yeah.
Okay, so,
but they're excellent. They get more crisper.
Okay.
But they're so good. They had a good turnout there. We went on Saturday morning, got there around 11 o'clock. I had a gyro, like I said. My wife had the same thing. It was really, really good. They had a good turnout. If you've never been, next year, please try to go. Something we'll talk about before it happens. But they usually have folks playing Greek music, and they have great food, good arts and crafts, and it's done at Holy Trinity Holy Cross Church, downtown Birmingham. So it's a good event downtown.
It's a good celebration of the Greek culture and the Greek food. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah, and then you could also do a tour of the church, which is really pretty on the inside as well. In football news, Alabama and Auburn both dominated. Auburn, I believe, beat Missouri 51-14.
I think that's right. I'll be honest, I didn't watch any games this weekend. It was too busy.
Well, I saw part of the Auburn game just for the fact that I knew they were going to kill Missouri. Missouri's a terrible team. They're bad.
Yeah, they really are.
Like Purdue could have named the score against them, and Purdue's not very good at all when Missouri played them the week before. And so you just knew Auburn was going to go in there and roll them, and they did. Alabama beat the dog crap out of Vanderbilt. And, people were kind of expecting this to be a close game because Vanderbilt has a really good defense, or at least they were supposed to.
Reported to.
But their defensive lineman came off the field after they beat Kansas State, who was a ranked team, and was talking about how, when you come to our house, we're going to show you how to play SEC football, and said, Bama, you're next. And I think that kind of charged Alabama up. Like, they had the discrepancy in yards between Vanderbilt and Alabama was like 499 yards.
That's ridiculous.
And Vanderbilt never crossed the 50-yard line. So it was a pretty good day.
What was the score on that?
59-0.
59-0.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell Alabama was blowing them off the line, and we were running at will. We actually took a knee on the 2-yard line. So, I mean, that's pretty bad.
How embarrassing.
It is.
For Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, yeah. On the UAB front, UAB went to North Texas. That's in Denton, Texas. If you don't know where that is, it's outside the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And they fell to North Texas 46-43. It was a really good game. North Texas led for most of the game. They were up by, I believe, 16 at half. And then UAB clawed its way back. And with, I believe, with like a couple of minutes left, or maybe less than that, UAB took the lead from on a touchdown pass. Then they were kind of expected to go to overtime to kick the ball off, and North Texas had a 48-yard kick return, and that followed. And then following that was a 34-yard rushing that set up a field goal that won the game for North Texas with 7 seconds. Now, I'm going to say this: it is a loss, and it was a conference loss. But North Texas was like heavily favored in this game,
right? And
for UAB to go on the road like that and almost pull off the upset. And really, I mean, if you don't have a letdown on that kick return, they're probably going to need the ball and go into overtime. And you got to like your chances if you have clawed your way back. You have the momentum. So they're going to be off next week, I believe, and then they come back to their homecoming after that. And so we'll talk about them in a couple weeks when they return to town and have their homecoming game.
Yeah, and I've got to say, you know what? Like I said, I didn't watch any of the games this weekend. I did look at a little bit of the stats from this game with UAB because I was curious. I'm proud of them. You know what? They're not winning every game, but they look good.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
They're playing good for a team that just came back from a hiatus.
Well, you look at like SMU. Their team, they stopped having football for NCAA reasons, completely different from UAB.
Right.
But, I mean, if you ever watch the 30 for 30, which is called Pony Excess, and it talks about what they did to get on probation and then what they did to get the death penalty. I mean, SMU still hasn't returned from that. I mean, they're still struggling. And so to be, like you said, 2 years or a year in and,
And of course, getting a death penalty for your team like that's a little bit different situation.
Yeah.
Your recruit situation becomes a lot harder. Maybe UAB's been better off in that regard, but still, having a year off, man, that usually kills your momentum. Whatever momentum you had at one point is gone. So, yeah, that's great. You know what? If you have a chance, the season's over, buy tickets, go see the games, enjoy them.
You're still 2-2. You got the rest of the season left.
Yeah, we've got a lot of games left.
Yeah, it's going to be – I think UAB is going to be fine. At 2-2 to start off the year, that's really well. And I'm going to tell you what, they're darn close to being 3-1, and if that would have happened, it would have been a much bigger story. But I'm telling you right now, this team's is going to prove a lot this year. I really do believe so. Well, let's take a break and let's hear from our friends over at Beecham Woodworks, and we'll be back and we'll talk about a few things going on in the Birmingham area. We'll see you in a second. Beecham Woodworks is a locally owned and operated wood shop in Birmingham, Alabama, specializing in custom furniture and small home goods. Chris and Kanan Beecham create a wide variety of unique pieces of all sizes, ranging from cutting boards to farmhouse tables. Using wood sourced from Alabama sawmills, Beecham Woodworks creates affordable, quality pieces that will be a one-of-a-kind fixture for your home. So support your local woodworker and visit redmountainexpress.com/woodworks or check them out on their Facebook and Instagram accounts. Beecham Woodworks, turning your house into a home. And we're back on the Red Mountain Express. I don't know if you've seen this in the news, but if you will be going downtown somewhere soon, you will see some Amazon boxes. Is that right, Matthew?
Right. So like you said earlier, this is Monday night. We're doing things a little bit different, but it's given us a chance to be able to talk about something happening. You know, it's Monday night. You're hearing this tomorrow morning or tomorrow in your commute, tomorrow afternoon. You'll probably still see these boxes out and around. We're not having to wait a week on this story. And the corner of Pizitz, of the Pizitz building, and I think at Railroad Park, and there may be a few more that I'm not aware of yet, the city of Birmingham has put up these giant, you can call them art installations or whatever you want to call them. They're these giant Amazon boxes.
Like you see like I see every week on my front doorstep when my wife orders baby clothes.
Absolutely. Well, for me, it's my wife finding them and asking what I've ordered now. Yeah, but it looks, they're these great replica of an Amazon ordered box. What have you heard anything about these? Do you know what's going on?
So this is basically the start of a campaign that Birmingham and Jefferson County, in cooperation with the Birmingham Business Alliance, to lure Amazon to put their big headquarters in Birmingham.
That HQ2 project?
Right. And we've talked about this on the podcast before. It is a long shot. I understand that. There are some folks out there that think it is stupid for Birmingham to go after this. I'm not one of those. This is not like you're going after the Olympics. This is something that, yes, it's a long shot, but it's something we should do. So they're doing these all over the city. I think there's some at the Pizitz. There's one at Railroad Park, and there's one at Legion Field, right? And so they're also going to actually put in a bid. The bids are due on October 30th, I want to say, and they're going to put in a bid. They think that Birmingham has a really good shot at least being in the running for this, and I think so too. I mean, Birmingham has a lot to offer. It would be a big boon for the city of Birmingham, and also it would probably... I wouldn't say force, but really push forward Birmingham's revitalization efforts when it comes to infrastructure,
right?
Highways, roads,
mass transit.
And so I think this is something that could really, really be a positive for Birmingham. But it also says something to me when you see the city of Birmingham and Jefferson County and the Birmingham Business Alliance and other organizations working in conjunction, working together, saying, you know, this is something we need to shoot for. And that's what you need to bring in a big business like this.
Right.
Too often you'll see cities that are divided when they try to bring in a large retailer or a car factory or any type of big business, and they all want to know what's in it for them. I think that you're starting to see the city, the county, and the suburbs and some outside interests saying, look, what we need here is what's best for Birmingham. And that's a positive thing. That's a very, very positive thing.
And that almost seems like the bigger part of the story here. I mean, of course, like you said, like we said last time we talked about this, like many of y'all have discussed amongst yourselves and online, yes, Birmingham's chances of getting Amazon's HQ2 here, very slim, almost slim to none. But so what? The fact that our county and our city are working together on this, I mean, that's huge. You know, if we can get some momentum built up for this kind of campaign, okay, let's say we don't get it. But then if we've got that energy of moving forward and working on something together, and we can apply that to something else that maybe we have a bigger shot at, man, that's awesome. Let's keep going.
And let's also think the fact that Amazon, this is not the only thing that Amazon's doing.
Right.
You know, they put distributorships everywhere. They put offices everywhere. This is just kind of the biggest thing they're doing.
Yeah.
This could maybe not lead to 50,000 jobs, but could lead to something maybe like 2,000 jobs if Amazon brings an office here in Birmingham.
Yeah.
But also gives us it gives you a run at something that later on down the road you can say, okay, we've done this before. It was on a bigger scale, but we can kind of hone in our skills on this and all come together and try to land a big retailer or a Fortune 500 company, because Birmingham has one Fortune 500 company now. It's Regions Bank that's based here.
Right.
So I'm really happy to see the city of doing something. I know there's some folks out there that think this is a campaign ploy. I'm not one of them. I think this is something that, let me put it this way, if they weren't doing this, I'd be disappointed. If they weren't doing something like this, that was being creative, seems like to me it's geared more toward people saying, for us to get this, we need you to be excited and we need you to be bought in. We need everybody to buy in to the fact that Birmingham is a city that's going to revitalize itself, and if we get everybody bought in, the sky's the limit.
Right.
And I like that.
And I'm under no illusion that we are the only city doing this.
Absolutely
or trying
not.
hard.
No,
I think every city that meets any of these qualifications that Amazon's looking for is out there trying the same thing. They're coming up with creative ways to get Amazon's attention. They're trying to get their city population excited and make noise. Like, I get that. This is a huge ordeal for anybody that has a chance of getting this. So yeah, like, we're not unique in this aspect. But Birmingham has a lot of unique things to offer. The fact that I live in Birmingham and work in Birmingham and do all of my life in Birmingham gets me excited and biased toward Birmingham getting this, even if the chances are low. I don't know. Like, it's cool. It's cool to see us working on it and trying it, not just sitting back and going, "Oh, we'll never get it, so let's not try."
I think that a lot of folks, when they see a campaign like this, they like to equate it to Larry Langford bringing in the Olympics,
right,
or even bringing the DNC into Birmingham, which I don't think was even remotely going to happen because we don't have the hotel room space, and we don't hold any political significance for either party. I mean, Alabama is a red state, and Birmingham is not really a big political get for the Republicans, Democrats, because Republicans are going to get it, and Democrats are not going to ever win it anytime soon. So this is different. This is trying to recruit a business, and that's what cities ought to be doing, is going out there and recruiting businesses to employ their citizens. They're actually, the part of this campaign is they're asking residents to go by the boxes and take a picture and post it on Instagram with the hashtag bring ATOB, which brings Amazon to Birmingham, and make sure that you add at Amazon so they'll see it. So if you're out in downtown Birmingham and you see one of those boxes and you have Instagram, go snap a picture of yourself, make sure you tag Amazon and use the hashtag bring ATOB.
Yeah, and tag Red Mountain Express in that too. We'll repost that if we see it.
Yeah, and I'm sure that one of us is going to be downtown here in the next 8 to 10 hours, so we'll do the same as well. On the other side of things, we want to remind everybody that next Tuesday, Birmingham will be having its municipal runoff elections for the mayor's race, the Birmingham City Council, and the Board of Education. We want to go over real quick the candidates for mayor. Of course, Randall Woodfin is challenging the incumbent William Bell for the runoff. In District 2, Hunter Williams, who we've actually had on our show, is in a runoff with the incumbent Kim Rafferty. In District 5, Jonathan Alston, who is the incumbent, is being challenged by Darrell O'Quinn. And in District 9, Roderick Royal, who used to be a city council member, who got off the city council and now is trying to get back on, is facing John Hillard in the runoff for District 9. So please be sure to get out, vote, make your voice be heard. Because remember, if you don't vote, I don't want to hear you complain.
That's right.
Pretty fair?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. I think that's going to do it for us today. I mean, it's a nice, short, sweet episode.
Yes, we're going to cut it short.
Matthew is looking really tired right now. He's got to go probably change another tire soon, right?
I hope not. No. So, we're going to cut this off. I'm going to go edit, post it. If you're hearing this tonight, then this is right off of our computer. It's fresh. It's hot. It's ready for you. If it's later on in the week, it's still just as good. Yeah. So, with that being said, thank you for joining us. For Matthew Joyner, I'm Blake Westbrook from the Red Mountain Express, and we will see you next week, relaxed, refreshed, and with a much longer episode.